Hey everyone, I welcome you all to another session by Simply Learn. In this session, we will learn how to create ASP.NET web application. ASP.NET is a free online framework that allows you to create amazing websites and web apps with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You can also leverage real-time technologies like WebSockets to construct web APIs. So in this video, we are going to create a login application which has a username, password, and a login button. So before we begin, make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel and clicked on the bell icon so you never miss an update from Simply Learn. Watch the video till the end so that you don't miss on the demo. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. So let's go to Visual Studio. After opening Visual Studio, on the left hand side you have all the recent applications which you have opened, and on the right hand side you have the options to clone a repository, which means you can get a code from an online repository like GitHub or Azure DevOps, or you can open an existing project or a solution, or you can open a local folder or create a new project. So we'll create a new project. Once you create a new project, here you can select the template. So we'll search for the ASP.NET Web Application template. So in the search for template search box, type ASP.NET Web Application. So here you can see we have two ASP.NET Web Application .NET Framework templates. The difference between these two is this template uses Visual Basic and this template uses C Sharp. So we will select the template which uses C Sharp. This template is basically used for creating ASP.web application, web forms, MVC or web API applications. So select this template and click on next and provide a suitable project name. Since we are creating a sign-in page, I have entered the project name as sign-in project. Similarly, if you want to change the location, you can change the location and provide the solution name and select the framework version which you want. So I'll keep the default framework. The latest one in my system is 4.7.2. So click on create. So here we need to select a template, whether we want empty, web forms, MVC, web API or single page application. Empty, it is basically a template which does not have any content in it. And web form is a template for creating web form applications. It is used to build dynamic websites using the familiar drag and drop functionality. It has the event driven model. Similarly, if we look at MVC, this template allows to build applications using the model view controller architecture. So model view controller has the features that enable fast test driven development for creating applications that use the latest standard. And we have web API. Web API is used for creating RESTful HTTP services that can reach a broad range of clients including browsers and mobile devices. And we have single page application. This template is basically used to create client-side JavaScript driven HTML5 application using ASP.NET Web API. So for this project we will select MVC and will not change any authentication and keep all the settings as it is and click on create. So here we go, we have successfully created the project. So if you look at the right hand side in the solution explorer, we have a list of folders. So we have the root folder. This is the root folder. So the default root folder is used for storing the static files related to the project, and those files can be accessed programmatically with the relative path. And we have the controller folder. So this controller folder contains controller classes where the operation related code is written. The model folder contains the domain or entity classes. Models can be written anywhere in the solution, such as in separate class library or folder, etc. Similarly, we have views folder. So the views folder holds the eraser pages which are responsible for showing and getting the data from the user. Similarly, in the folders, we will have an app setting.json file. This folder contains the configuration and secret details of the application, and we will have the program.cs file. The program.cs file is the starting point of the application, which will create the host for an application to run the application. And we will have the startup.cs file. So this startup.cs file allows to configure the behavior of the application, such as defining the routes and dependency injection. So we'll get started with this. So we'll run the application and see the default output. So the build has started. So this is the default output where we have application name, home, home page, about, and contact. So what we'll do is we'll create a login page, that is a sign in page here. So we'll go back to Visual Studio, go to Solution Explorer, right click on the controller folder, add, add a controller, select MVC controller empty and click on add, and name the controller. So we will keep it as default controller and click on add. Next go to models, right click, click on add and add a class. Select the class and click on add. Here you can see a class is created. So what we'll do is we'll rename this class, right click, rename, and we'll rename this as user controller class. Once the class is renamed, go inside this public class and write a code. Type prop and double tap. So the first property will be of the type integer and it will be a number, ID number. Similarly, second property prop and double tap will be of the type string, and this will be username. Similarly, third, so after writing this code, go back to the default controller. Here, go to the action result index page, right click and click on add view. And here you can see it contains MVC5 view. Select this and click on add and provide the index name. So I'll keep it as it is and select the template. In the template it has create, delete, details, edit, empty, list, all these templates, but we'll select the create template and select the model class. Select the user controller. This was the model class which we created, user controller. So select user controller and in the options select create as partial view, then click on add. Here you can see this page is created. So we'll run this page and see the output. So here you can see this is the sign in page which we created. We have the number, username and password. So what we'll do, we'll make some changes. We'll change this create button to sign in button, and we'll change this user controller. So we'll go back to the Visual Studio, and here you can see we have user controller. We'll change it to sign in page. We'll go down and we'll change the create button to sign in button. So we'll save this and click on run. So here you can see this is changed to sign in page and the button is changed to sign in. So you can enter the any value here, new number, and enter the username, password, and click on sign. So with that we have reached the end of this video. Like and share it if you found it interesting. Thank you for being here. Keep learning and stay tuned to Simply Learn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simply Learn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.